Hey everybody, it's Mike Pingel here with Collector's Haven. Today we are gonna go yellow. Yes, that's right. We are looking at the amazing, the cute, the scrumptious Pikachu, and the world, the top world Guinness
Pikachu
Book of World
collector.
Records Woman of the Year, Bella, right? Belchu.
Yeah, Belchu, Pika Belchu.
Think about that's a great. I like it. I like it. I like it. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Although it's starting to rain because Florida just can't make up its mind about the weather.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I see your car there. I can't believe we're gonna dive into this. You have a Pikachu car. Now show me the car. Show me the car.
Show you the car? All right, we'll go around the car for you. It's a 2000 Volkswagen Beetle. I actually acquired it from a museum over 20 years ago. Hard to believe this car is 20 years old now and it's still going strong. Little tinkles here and there, but nothing major, knock on wood. But yep, I've had the car for 20 years. I do kids' birthday parties with it, car shows, conventions, store openings, official Pokemon events I've been to. You name it, I've done it.
Oh, okay. I have to ask. The tail right there. Does the tail come off, or do you just need to find a really big parking space?
Actually, it does come off. It's bolted into the inside, so you can remove it. And I usually do if I have to stay at a hotel overnight or whatnot.
So is this you had this specially painted and made for you for yourself?
It was done by the Classics Car Museum that used to be in Daytona Beach. It's a museum that used to house all kind of cars like the Batmobile, the Munsters car. I think they might have even had a Charlie's Angels car at one point. I'm not quite sure, but they had a bunch of movie and TV cars there, and that's where Pikabug was born.
That is amazing. Now, okay, I now I've forgotten all my questions I was going to ask in the beginning of the show. But when you drive around, what happens? Do people stop, honk, take pictures? What happens?
Oh my goodness, all the time. It's even funner at nighttime because people don't realize that their cameras flash. And I've had amazing stories on the road. One time on I-75 going towards Orlando, there's this kid that was freaking out so bad, and I was like, roll down your window. So I gave him a little Pikachu plushie and I threw it across I-75 right into his car. So I do stuff like that.
Oh, you're just giving the Pikachu joy to everyone in the world.
Pretty much. I visit hospitals, I go to schools, I go to children's camps, do a lot of charity stuff in character in my costumes and bring the car.
Oh my God. So basically this has become like a job for you, right?
Pretty much. It's not just collecting for me, it's pretty much my world. I pretty much live in the Pokemon world.
So, okay, so give us some background of your character in the Pokemon, and where is he and who is he, and that for someone who doesn't know, who doesn't live on Earth, who doesn't know.
Pikachu is pretty much how I explain it to here in America, the Japanese Mickey Mouse. Because you go to Japan, he's everywhere like Mickey is here. You guys get Disneyland, we got Disney World here in Florida. But he's pretty much everywhere. He's one of thousands of Pokemon now. In the beginning, in 1996, when it started in Japan, there was only 150 Pokemon. Forward to 2020, and there's a lot. Over 900. But Pikachu is the main character. He is the mascot of the entire company. And he's been around since 1996 in Japan. He came here around 1998 is when we got him. Japan tends to be 2 years ahead of us on everything. So when he came here, he pretty much exploded too, especially with the card game, the video games, and the anime came. And of course, Pokemon Go, last 4 years has been pretty big.
Oh my God! So how did you get into the collecting of the yellow fun boy?
Well, actually, believe it or not, Pikachu is not my first collection. I've been a collector all my life. I guess I took after my uncle because he used to collect Beanie Babies, Star Wars and all that. So I guess I got my uncle's blood up in Connecticut where he lives. And my first collection was actually Disney's Beauty and the Beast. I have about 5,000 collectibles of Beauty and the Beast because I used to work at the parks from 92 to 97. And if you know this reference, I was actually friends with Belle. So for 6 years, I was at the park playing the part. And during that time, I collected everything with Belle. But then Pikachu came into my life and kind of took over. But if you think about it, my stage name is Pikabellechu, so my costume kind of is a combination of Pikachu and Belle.
Okay, so as being, now I'm going to ask these questions about being Belle in as a friend of Belle. What was the funnest thing being Belle?
Oh, just meeting all the children and everybody who came. It was just wonderful. What's funny, even to this day, because I stopped doing it in '97, even when I do my costume still, I'm always doing the poses and stuff. My friends are like, stop doing the Belle pose. I'm like, it's ingrained in me. You don't understand. But yeah, I still kind of do it. I go to hospitals and stuff as Disney characters now, too.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. So inside your car, is it Pikachu inside the car, or is it just
Of course. Yes, I'll show you. So I've got actually the entire car upholstery too, even on the hood up there, or the roof. It's all Pikachu right there. And if you look over there, I have autographs of almost a lot of the voice actors on the show.
Wow. Look at all those Pikachus. They're all over the place.
Yeah, they tend to grow like gremlins. You know, you get them wet and it happens. And you feed them after midnight, too. They like to expand. But yeah, these are all autographs. This is like the main one. She voiced Ash on the show. When we go to conventions, me and her are often special guests together. So we do a lot of stuff together at the conventions. But yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now the interior. Now, did you make that, or is it actually like I don't know?
That was done later. What happened is in Florida, because it's so bloody hot, the original upholstery ended up falling down. Like I had the Volkswagen for like 2 years and it started falling down. So I went to a place all my Volkswagen friends told me about, and they ended up doing it for me.
I love that the steering wheel has the ball as the center of your.
Yes, it does.
And then the seats are like Pikachu, and the back seat has Pikachu all over the place.
Yeah. He's everywhere.
Look at that. Okay, that is really cool. Okay, we're done. We can't see anymore. I can't handle it. I can't handle all the yellow.
Oh, you haven't even gone into the main room yet.
Look at him. He's so cute. Is that the reason why you collect him? Because he's such an adorable little animal?
Not. That and I raise hamsters. I've always had a hamster all my life and chinchillas. So he kind of reminds me of them. And that's pretty much what started my love for Pikachu, because he's a small electric mouse, and I've had chinchillas and hamsters all my life. I have a hamster right now, and she's like this big. You wouldn't think she's a hamster.
And you dye her yellow, right?
Actually, I named that one Kirby after another Nintendo character because she's got a pink tint to her. This is Kirby right here. I named her after that character there. But I've had hamsters named Pikachu. Unfortunately, when they pass away, I don't rename them the same name because it's just bad karma.
Oh, yes.
So.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so let's see. How long have you been collecting the Pikachu?
Pretty much since 1998. I started collecting Pikachu when I used to be the assistant manager at KB Toys, if you remember that toy store way back when.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when Pikachu started coming in, I was like, oh, who's this little guy? And I pretty much fell in love with him, and I've collected ever since that.
Did you play the card game too?
I have. I was a professor at one point, which used to, sanction the tournaments and stuff. I did that for about a year. But I end up now just like appearing and making appearances at those kind of events now.
What about wasn't Pokemon that craze on the phone that you would go to like Pokemon places and fight?
Yeah, Pokemon Go. Yep, that started 4 years ago. Actually, this weekend is Pokemon Go Fest. You purchase a $15 ticket, and tomorrow and Sunday, it's a big worldwide event right now on Pokemon Go.
So now in Florida, do you find a place where you can find the most Pokemon in the area?
Yeah, we've got a few good locations here in Florida.
Are you doing anything special for tomorrow? Are you going someplace or?
Probably going to head out to Tampa because there's a big park called Al Lopez there, and a lot of the Pokemon players go there.
So I'm sure you're going to be wearing your your Pikachu face mask
Oh,
too.
of course, you got to. Not one of my big balls. It's a little too hot to wear that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so my next question is, what is your very first piece you collected? So let's, I guess, go inside.
And as you're kind of coming through my garage, you'll see some of my costume hanging. This is my costume closet.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, and it continues inside. My more expensive costumes are inside in my closet. But yeah, I've been cosplaying for over 20 years.
That's incredible. Now, do you, when you go to hospitals and stuff, are you doing it, you know, as yourself, or do you work for a company, or?
I dress up as characters.
All right, is this the room?
This is the room,
Okay,
one of the rooms.
We're gonna go full screen. Now, here we go.
Yes, welcome to the Choosium, which is a name that I call it.
I love it. Let's see it.
All right, better have blinders on.
Wow, look at, oh my. Wow.
And you were asking before what my very first piece was?
Yes.
Look at this guy right here. He was back when Pikachu was more chunky. The original design of Pikachu had a little bit of fluff to him. But yeah, he's my first one I got at KB Toys back in '98. He was put out by Hasbro, I believe.
Oh.
But yeah, he's my very first. That's why he's kind of a little faded, a little kind of dirty. I try to keep him clean through the years.
Oh my god! Look at all of these. Now, do you have mostly? Are these all singles? Or are these doubles? Or
everything you see is pretty much different. What I usually do is when sometimes I get from family or friends or whatever, they sometimes give me one I already have. I usually donate that one. When I do kids' birthday parties, I go to the hospitals. I give them to children.
That is amazing. Are they mostly plush or?
Oh no, I've got everything you can possibly think of under the sun. This is all my plush that's panning right now. I have about 4,000 plushies. And then up there is like miscellaneous stuff, figures, Game Boy cases, posters. Like this poster right here that says Poke Park. That was actually hung in a Pokemon theme park that was in Japan in 2005. It was hanging in their arcade called the Game Corner. And I had a friend who was actually working the park and they sent it to me.
This is an amazing collection of the cutest thing on earth.
It's on my figures, and then down on the last 3 shelves is like stuff from Burger King, McDonald's, all the Happy Meal toy Pikachus. And they're all still in their original packaging. That's the tough part about being a collector is you can't play with it. And if you really want to play with it, you get to.
That I understand. I totally understand.
And then my jacket is all my pins that I've collected through the years. I actually have some from the Olympics, grand opening of Pokemon stores in Japan.
Wow. Wow. So, what is your most prized possession you have in your room?
In my room, I was going to say the car, obviously.
Well, yeah, yes.
Oh, believe it or not, this little one right here is my, she's my special Pikachu. I've had her 20 years. Her name is Chula. She actually has her own personality, her own story. She actually has about as many costumes as I do because I make all her costumes. She has about over 100 costumes at least. I usually bring her to the conventions with me. She used to talk, but she kind of lost her voice over the years. But she actually has her own fan base too, which is funny. Everybody's like, she should have her own fan page. I'm like, okay, I threw it up and she has over 1,000 followers instantly.
More than I do. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know, right? It started off as a joke, but now it just stuck and everybody loves Chula. She has her own Facebook page. So she actually is obsessed with cookies. And the funny thing is, every time I go to a convention as a guest, my fans usually bring her cookies to eat. But what they don't realize is I'm the one that ends up eating the cookies.
I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry.
I know. But yeah, She's my most special Pikachu. I've had her for over 20 years.
And what I mean, other than her just cuteness and her dressability, what draws you to her as your most prized possession?
Well, like I said, she goes with me everywhere. She has her own personality. If she's not with me, people are like, "Where's Chula?" And I'm like, "Oh, she didn't want to come today." Or she's sitting in the car guarding it kind of thing. But she's actually pretty old. I actually have one of her in the box, the original of her. She's one I took out because I had a double, and since then she became her own personality.
That is amazing. What do you like most about collecting? Collecting. Just what's the best thing about collecting for you?
Of course, the thrill of hunting, finding something you don't have already, which is very hard for me. My boyfriend's always out scouting. He's the one filming, by the way. He always loves finding something I don't have, or one of my fans, they were thrilled to death that they find something I don't have, because it's almost impossible. You think I'd be the easiest to shop for, because you know it's just other people like kitty toys, but it's hard to find me something I don't have. So the thrill of a hunt, pretty much.
Absolutely.
And of course, I love meeting other collectors too. It's just fascinating to see what other people collect. Like every year in Gainesville, I go to this event at the Florida Museum of Natural History. It's called Collectors Day. And about 300 collectors from all over the world go to this to display their collections.
Wow, you're gonna have to send me that information because I would love to go.
Oh, of course.
Collection.
It usually happens in January.
That's fantastic. So where do you find now that you have almost every single one in the world, where do you usually go on the hunt for your collection or collectibles?
Of course, a lot of conventions. I find a lot of conventions. I have friends in Japan who are always scouting for me too. They send me stuff all the time. I actually have a few Pikachus that can't make it here because they stopped mail from Japan to the US right now. So those guys are in limbo right now. Of course, eBay, Amazon, Hot Topic, ThinkGeek, GameStop, the Pokemon Center online, of course. I should have a gold card by now from them.
Right? Is there something that you're looking for, like a prized possession that you still don't have?
Actually, yes. Several years ago when Pokemon first started, if you didn't know, Pikachu is absolutely obsessed with ketchup. He loves to eat it. He just loves the color of it. In a few episodes, he's always carrying around a ketchup bottle. Well, years ago, Heinz had a promotion where if you send in a bunch of UPC codes, you got a glass bottle that was in the shape of Pikachu. So he's my holy grail. I've only seen him once, and nobody was selling him. So I'm always on the hunt for that glass Pikachu Heinz ketchup bottle.
There you go, with or without the ketchup, right?
It doesn't matter. When he pans around the room, you'll see I have a shelf full of food. I have cereal that expired in 2001. Oh. You don't want to eat it.
Yeah, I understand. I have some gum from 1977, so.
Yeah, I'll show you right here. This is my food shelves. I've got cereal that's long expired. Pokemon macaroni and cheese is down here. You mentioned gum. I have Pokemon gum. You name it, they made it. And I have a bunch of Japanese candy too. But yeah, it's never been eaten. It's all there. Cookies. Actually, I had to take the jelly out because it started to turn white.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that around.
Good choice. Is that a Pokemon in a baby holder?
Which one?
It's on the floor there.
On the floor.
Next to you, to your left.
Left.
The Pokemon, the Pikachu in the chair. Is he in a chair or is no?
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, he's a plushie. He's one of the first Pikachus. I have a couple of him, but here's the funny thing about him. He's actually a mistake one. So I don't know if he's worth more because they sewed his eye upside down. The eye's supposed to be like this, the white circle up here, but they sewed him wrong, so he's kind of cross-eyed.
Oh my goodness. Do you find that they've done a lot of weird mistakes?
Oh yeah, I have a few things.
Are they worth more if they're mistakes?
There's something that came out years ago. It's called Mirage Pokemon. If you have one of those, you're pretty rich. What it was is when Pokemon first started, Chinese companies got a hold of the characters and made the merchandise, and they were so horrible that Pokemon, of course, didn't like the design. So they pretty much burned all of them, tossed them, shredded them. I don't know what they did, but some still managed to get out. And I actually have a Mirage Pikachu. There he is here. This is called a Mirage Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
As you can tell, he looks like, you know, devil ears going up. It's like poorly made. But he's what you call a Mirage Pokemon.
Wow. He's, well, you know, at least he has a different personality than the other ones.
He does. He's still cute to me. He's still part of the family.
With the Pikachus, do they have different personalities in the plush world, or do they just have one look?
They have different looks. Like I have mad ones, sleepy ones, happy ones, sad ones. They all have their own little personalities.
What is the wacky story about getting a piece for your collection?
Okay, so we were on a cruise to Alaska, and we're on the tour bus, me and my mom and dad, and you know, you go through the little towns in Alaska, and there was a giant Pikachu in the store window. I freak out, stand up, oh my God, a Pikachu! Everybody on the bus just stared at me like, what the heck's wrong with this person? So once the bus stopped where it was going to stop, we walked about 5 miles to go back to that store so I could buy it.
No.
Yeah, my parents. And of course, he was like this big, so I had to walk around the whole day holding it on all the tours. So yeah, that's probably my weirdest, wackiest story. Other than throwing Pikachus across the interstate to children.
Yes, I think that's a nice story too. Watch your head, Pikachu, fly through the air.
Pretty much, shoe hazard, raining shoes.
Was when you took it back to the cruise? Were you on a cruise? Did they say anything about the big Pikachu?
They thought he was cute. It actually was funny as a few people knew who I was on the ship, so it didn't surprise them. In fact, every morning, you know how they make those little towel animals when you wake up or when you come back to your hotel room after the long day, they bake your bed. They always used to make Pikachu out of the towels for me.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, it was cute. So needless to say, he got a tip.
Oh, that's hopefully they weren't yellow. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The towers.
Now, unfortunately, he was white. If he was yellow, I'd be a little worried.
Right? Sorry, that was inappropriate of me to say, and
I know, me too.
Little disgusting.
At least we don't live up north. We don't have the snow. So if we find yellow snowshoes, it'll be a little weird there too.
Right. So tell me a story about meeting. You talked a little bit about people who work on the films and on the shows and voicing stuff. Do you have any great stories about meeting any of those beautiful people that work on the actual on the show?
Oh yeah, like I said, Veronica Taylor, which is the voice of Ash. I actually have a whole shelf of Ash stuff. But yeah, she voices this character. I must have her autograph a ton of times. I have her autograph here. She signed the dashboard in my car. She's a really sweet woman. Like I said, we tend to be guests together at conventions. So we hang out and talk Pokemon. But yeah, they're very nice people that I've met so far. And I met like the artist of Pokemon. I have their autographs on the trading cards. I haven't met the original creator of Pokemon though. That would be awesome. His name's Satoshi Tajiri, who created Pokemon. I haven't met him yet, but he's in Japan, so kind of a little difficult. We're actually supposed to go to Japan this year, but that didn't happen because of the whole virus.
Virus, yes. So in Japan, is there like a Pokemon like amusement park too, or?
Oh, goodness. They used to have in 2005 that Poke Park, that poster I showed you. But it seems like in Japan, when they have stuff like that, like Pokemon cafes they build, Pokemon parks, it's like they only have them temporary. Like every year in August, they have something called the Yokohama Pikachu Outbreak Festival. And it's like thousands of Pikachus are everywhere. They have like 100 mascots walking around and carnival games and all kinds of stuff. And it's my dream to actually go there one year. But because of what happened, that didn't happen this year.
So, well, hopefully you get to go next year.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. So, okay, so let's look around what you have here. I see you have some pop dolls.
Yep, I have Pop Funkos, and they just announced they're making an 18-inch one of him. So I have no idea where I'm going to put him, because he's going to be about this big.
Oh, but I'm sure you'll find someplace.
Oh, I'll find a place, even if I have to put it on the roof of my house, right?
Hey, that's a good idea. Like a Christmas one.
I should. Yeah, these are all the Pop Funkos. Last year, these guys weren't fun to get. It was called the Day with Pikachu, and once a month they brought one out. And yeah, it was fun to go online. You had to be right there when it went live to get them, because it's insane. This guy right now, unfortunately, on eBay is like $300. It's crazy.
That's
But I managed to get the whole set.
uh
I actually have 2 sets because, like I said, as a collector, you want to open up some, but then you want to keep some in the original package. So I actually have 2 sets of that series.
look at you go. This internet clicker faster than anything you can.
Yeah, I try to keep my collection theme. So, of course, I got all my Funkos. Then it goes into, like, Lego and Mega Blocks. Stuff like that. Like you saw, my food shelf was all food.
Amazing.
And then, of course, my Ash is all the character Ash, which is the main character of the series. So everything's themed Ash on those couple shelves.
I know we looked at that wacky little one, that angry Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
But is there something that's like really weird that you're like, I can't believe they actually made this? Like, you know, did they make a condom or something weird? Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. I wasn't going to bring that up, but yes, I do have Pokemon condoms in my collection. I do.
I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
They did. They made Pokemon condoms. I mean, of course, they're not official. Some second, third party made them. But yes, as a birthday present one year, one of my friends gave me Pikachu condoms. But yes, they exist, among other things that we shall not say.
Oh, did they do some naughty things with them?
Yes, they have. My fans send me the craziest pictures. Like, do you have this? I'm like, why would I have that? I know I'm crazy about Pikachu, but not that crazy.
But please send it to me right now.
Right? Send me 2. You know, 1 to keep in the box and 1 to use. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's
I'm loving it.
Yes, it's scary.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. So now this is one of my favorite pieces right here. You're gonna like him. Can you see him pretty good? So what you do, you give him a he steals your money. It's pretty much him taking all my money because all the stuff I buy of him. He's like, give me more.
That is adorable.
Yes, that's one of my favorites. But yeah, I mean, they've made everything a Pokemon. Jewelry boxes. And all kinds of plushies. These guys all light up. Figures. And of course, they go into the holidays. With Halloween coming up, they're releasing more Halloween Pikachus. Like I said, Pikachu is pretty much the Japanese Mickey Mouse. So, like Mickey Mouse memorabilia, gotta catch them all. They weren't kidding when they said that slogan.
Exactly.
And of course, I don't know if you know, but Pikachu is actually an evolution. He evolves 3 times. Pikachu actually starts off as this character right here called Pichu. And when this character gets happy enough by training and friendship and love, he turns into Pikachu. When Pikachu gets powerful enough, you give him something called a Thunderstone, which is a green stone with a thunderbolt in it, and he evolves into Raichu. So he's the most powerful evolution of Pikachu there. And then recently, in the Sun and Moon series, they altered Raichu by making him an Alolan form, which the series is based in Hawaii. So now he can surf on his tail. So it's an alternate form of Raichu.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Pokemon gets pretty involved when it comes to evolution, battling, and all that fun stuff.
So is that behind you? Are those Halloween Pikachus?
Actually, I'll explain Mimikyu here. Mimikyu technically is not a Pikachu. Mimikyu, you do not know what he looks like. Mimikyu, Mimikyu is pretty much a shadowy, he's a fairy ghost Pokemon. And you don't want to look what's underneath him because you will die. Basically, Mimikyu hates Pikachu so much he wants to be Pikachu, if that makes any sense. Because
Yes.
Pikachu is the mascot of the whole franchise. So Mimikyu wants to be loved like Pikachu, that's why he tries to dress up like him. But if you look under his cloak, you will die. So Pokemon is really not for kids. In fact, the dubbing, when it's here in America, there's a character called Meowth that talks, and he pretty much, he can understand what Mimikyu is saying, and when Mimikyu talks, Meowth is like, you don't want to know what he just said in English. In Japan, because they're not as censored as we are, what Mimikyu is really telling people is he wants to skin Pikachu, kill him, and wear his new skin as his new cloak. So that's how dark Pokemon is in Japan with this little guy.
Wow.
So I give him love in my collection because I don't want him to kill me.
I think he might be my favorite.
Yeah, I love Mimikyu. And I made on those pictures I sent you, I made that giant mascot of him. My boyfriend wears it, and I wear like the Maleficent looking version of Mimikyu. But yeah, I grown to love him. Although he wants to kill Pikachu, which is my favorite, I still love him. He's just misunderstood.
I don't think so, but okay. I think he's pretty clear what he wants to do.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, this is this part of the room, and then I actually have my bathroom all Pikachu too.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, so this is another part. We actually just added these 4 bookshelves because the collection keeps growing. I got my little private part. And now you're going into my bathroom area. Whoops, so everybody doesn't like to use my bathroom because when you're doing your business, you look up and you see these guys looking at you.
They're like, everything coming out okay? Everything coming out okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
This is the view sitting on the toilet. I call them the Pika potty squad. Yeah, my boyfriend really hates to go to the bathroom in here.
So in this room, do you live in this room or is this just your collection room?
No, I actually sleep on that bed every night. Some of my friends are like, how can you sleep in that room with all those eyeballs staring at you? I was like, I guess I'm used to it after all these years.
And where does your husband sleep? Or your boyfriend?
He actually lives in Clearwater. So we usually visit each other every other weekend kind of thing. But he's only about an hour and 45 minutes. So we tend to take turns visiting each other.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. Been together over 5 years now, so doing something right. And he supports my Pikachu addiction, so he's a keeper.
He's a keeper.
Yeah, my mom calls him my scout because he's always scouting for new stuff. In fact, he just got me another Pikachu that was sitting in my car. He just brought that to me this morning.
He is a keeper. He is a keeper.
Yeah, he is.
I'm sure he might have nightmares when he wakes up in the morning, but...
No, you want to have nightmares? He actually has a black light he brought over to my house one time, and we actually put the black light in here. You want to talk about creepy? See my collection under black light.
Ooh.
They all glow.
They all glow.
They all glow. Yeah, this is my bathroom area. And back behind here, I have more costumes. And you mentioned about the trading card game. All these binders you see in here are Pokemon cards.
Wow.
They're all Pokemon cards in these books. And I have them since they first came out.
So how much do you think your huge collection's worth if you put a price tag on it?
Oh my goodness, I could probably retire now and retire in the afterlife if I were to sell the whole thing.
That's fantastic. How many collectors do you think are in the world of Pikachu?
Oh, there's actually quite a few. I belong to a few groups on Facebook. I actually run one myself called Proud Pokemon Collectors. I run that one, and we always share information. I have my own fan page that I post where I got this one, where I got that one, and we help each other find stuff that we want.
Oh, that's nice. So other collectors are pretty generous about helping out
Oh,
others.
yeah, pretty much. Everybody's been nice so far. I meet a lot of new friends. I've met friends from Germany, Australia, Japan, China, Switzerland. I've talked to people all over the world.
Wow.
And that's pretty cool.
So did we see everything? Have we seen everything in the room?
Oh, no. Yeah, back down the hallway. And because my collection grew, we had to actually extend. So out here is actually random Pokemon, not just Pikachu. Because I do collect other ones besides Pikachu. I have 90% is about Pikachu, but I also have other Pokemon too, which I keep out here.
Oh, is this the hidden room?
This is my giant Pikachu. I got him at a carnival. We won him. He's about 4 feet tall. I call him Choozilla because he's pretty big, and this is son of Choozilla.
I love it.
Yeah, this was fun trying to get him in the car after the carnival. My boyfriend was driving a Mustang at the time, and to get him in the back seat was not fun. That's a story in itself with a Pikachu butt sticking out the window.
Right.
Yeah, these are all my packs, lunch boxes. And then, like I said, I have miscellaneous Pokemon that I like. I tend to collect the electric type Pokemon mostly, like Dendene is an electric gerbil. Got a few things of him. Then there was a chinchilla Pokemon, and I used to have a chinchilla, so I started collecting a little bit of the chinchilla Pokemon there. And then I make, like I said, all kinds of Pokemon costumes. So I always buy the plushie of the character that I'm dressed as, so I usually put it in my basket when I'm cosplaying. So I've actually done all these characters as costumes. And then all these trophies you see here are trophies that I won with my car because I do car shows. And then I have all these up on top in here that are for winning costume contests.
Wow. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it.
Then I also get, when I go to stores and I show up with my car and make appearances, they usually give me their store displays. And as a collector, you know how hard it is to get store displays.
Oh, yes.
Because they usually tell you, oh, we got to throw it out and all that fun stuff. But I managed to get this big guy from Barnes & Noble.
That is sweet.
Then I have a little bit of Jigglypuff right here. Another one of my favorites. Squirtle and Minun and Pleasel.
Oh, my goodness. Look how cute they are.
I know, gets me in trouble. Cuteness gets me in trouble. And then the funny thing is, I actually just started this collection last year. It's not Pokemon, but because I had to make it in character, I put Sam here. I don't know if you know the movie Trick or Treat from 2007. It's a horror movie.
Yes.
I had to dress him up as Pikachu for the interview today. So
I love it.
So yeah, I started collecting Sam stuff. So he's kind of the oddball out here, but I had to make him fit in by dressing him up as Pikachu. What's funny is the director of Trick or Treat, the guy who created Sam, actually liked this picture yesterday when I posted it. So that was really impressive that he liked my picture.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my second room. This is actually a sunroom. I live with my mom because my dad passed away a few years ago, so I had to move back in with her because she's 73 right now, so I kind of look after her now. But my mom's like, you can only have half of this sunroom. I get the other half. So if you look over there, that's the other half of her side, which looks very plain.
I love it.
I can only have this part that came out from my room.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Wow.
So she's supposed to collect.
I just love it all. It is beautiful.
Not fun to dust, though.
Oh, I know.
That's the wonderful part about a collection, dusting.
Especially since you have plush. Plushes are hard to dust.
Yeah, I know. I was going to show you. Here's the actual books I was in. I was first in the 2009 Gamers Edition. They got me down there.
Oh, that is beautiful. Congratulations.
There. Thank you. And then when the 2010 book came out, they put me right there in that corner.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. Wow. So, what did you think about the recent movie?
Oh gosh, everybody was like so scared for me to see it because they know I'm the biggest critic would be on it. Because it's actually based on the video game. Speaking of Detective Pikachu, this is my Detective Pikachu part of my collection. It actually started off as a video game in Japan. And then they made it into a movie here. So I thought it was done wicked well. It actually followed the video game pretty well. And then they added to it. I was a little worried about Mr. Deadpool Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu, but he actually did a pretty darn good job, I thought. And I really liked the movie. They did pretty good. Enough that I collected his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I got all kinds of stuff. This is actually my most recent Detective Pikachu. He's actually fully posable. My boyfriend got me for a 5th year anniversary. He's from Japan. They only made a limited amount of him. I think he was, what, $300? Yeah, he was about $300. And before he came, I actually built this one myself. I made him.
Wow, you made him. That's nice.
I made.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when the movie came out, all the movie theaters were contacting me to make appearances with the car. So I actually made a whole display around the car that looked like a crime scene that was interactive. So kids and adults could go around the car, looking at the clues around my car and figure out who did the crime. And it was actually a pretty good hit. And I built him at the time to be the prop in front of the car. So yeah, I saw the movie 8 times in the theater. Because I went to 8 different theaters to promote it. In fact, my car was even in the mall at some of them. I had to drive my car inside the mall next to the movie theater. That was fun.
That is just driving through the mall, getting it.
Oh yeah, I had video. It's hilarious.
My God.
My car has been in such weird places. I think my weirdest story is I did a convention in Jacksonville, and I actually had to drive the car inside a service elevator, but I only had about this much on each side of the car. And then the service elevator went up 3 stories of the hotel. Then I had to put the car in neutral because I couldn't have it on because of the fumes. So the service staff of the hotel had to push it through the kitchen of the hotel. Then they had to bring it around through all the rooms of the hotel. Now imagine if you had a little fun night the night before. You open up your door to your hotel room and you see a Pikachu car coming down the hallway. You think to yourself, what did I drink last night?
Right. It's time to go back to bed.
Yeah, that has to be my most interesting Peekabug story, bringing it inside a convention.
Oh my gosh. This has been amazing looking at your collection.
Thank you.
Wow. It is so beautiful, and you're beautiful, and you're doing such great things with it, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's fun to escape reality when you can.
And it sounds like reality is your fantasy, or fantasy is your reality. It seems like you've made it into your life, which is amazing.
Pretty much. I live in the Twilight Pika zone all the time, so.
That's great. I love that you're giving back and sharing with children, and
yeah, it's just not a collection to me. It's I do a lot of stuff with it, like kids parties, the events I do, children's hospitals. It makes me so happy to see little kids smiling.
It's a beautiful thing that you
give hope in this world still to see,
Yep.
That kind of thing.
Being sharing stuff, and it's an amazing thing. How and where can people find you if they have things they want to send you, or maybe they have that big thing, that ketchup thing. Where can people find you?
Of course, Facebook. Belchu is my stage name, so pretty much that's my handle on everything: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I have an Etsy page because I create my own crafts and make costumes for people and all kinds of creations, and that's Chu Creations on Etsy.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, thank you for taking time today, showing me your amazing collection.
Yeah, this was my favorite piece too. When you were asked earlier, Stife made a Pikachu. He's limited edition 1500, and I paid 500 for him. He's actually about $3,000 now on eBay.
Do you need
And
my?
of course, I have the autograph of Pikachu herself, the woman who does Pikachu's voice. I have that autograph. And then the gentleman who does all the Pokemon cards, Mitsuruta, he does a lot of the Pokemon cards, and I have his autograph on one of the very first Pikachu cards. So needless to say, those are behind glass with the Stife.
They should be.
Yes.
I'd be like, I'm taking this with me. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you again. I appreciate
You're very welcome.
sharing with everybody on my show your amazing collection. I
thank you.
I just love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you, everybody,
Thank you
for watching.
me.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for everybody for watching. Collector's Haven. Please tune in next time to see the next fabulous collector. Please share this with all your friends, neighbors, and anyone who loves Pokemon, and even those enemies that you have, because you know what? Pokemon and Pikachu would make it better. They would. Thank you.